is the North End. This is the North End.
Hey guys, JP, California, coming at you guys from an overcast, dreary, lax, early Sunday, September 3rd, in what was going to become a terrible way to start Labor Day weekend for me here in the States, here in California. Bright and early, man, I'm tired of these 6 a.m. games. I'm tired of not having the games on Peacock and having them on some weird bootleg I gotta find that works half the time. It didn't go any better for me when Aston Villa started their game against Liverpool. They will go on to lose 3-0. But before we get into the good, the bad, and the ugly, please give me a like and subscribe. Give me that content. Give me that what we need energy. You guys have been awesome. Still trying to chase them 20 likes down. Getting to those numbers. The view counts are great. The signing up for the subscriptions is amazing. Just want you guys to keep doing what you're doing and give us a quick comment, even if it's a thumbs up, a UTV, all the goodies that we want. I got the Man U game in the background, so I'm like watching the Man U Arsenal game. Let's go Arsenal! Come on, beat them. And trying to get you guys this. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh, God, I can't. I'm so brutally, annoyed and destroyed by this today. Let's start with the good. And I was really hurting for looking for a good. The good for this event, in the good, the bad, and the ugly, is that it's international break. Honestly, that's what I put, international break. I've never said that. I hate the international break. I think international friendlies are dumb. I honestly just think the international game's pretty dumb. There's very little time that I have from, especially in the off season. I get like the World Cup hive, and I get the Europe hype and all that stuff, and it's coming home and bullshit. But I know that there's a giant international break after 3 or 4 games. Then there's another one after 3 or 4 more games. And I just kind of hate that. So I normally hate the break, but Villa really need it. We don't need it because of this loss. We need it because we need to kind of go back to the drawing board a little bit. We need it because we need guys back from injury. The biggest concern. Diego Carlos went off again for injury. Thankfully, from Twitter, it looks like it's not that bad. It was precautionary, taking him off pretty early in the game. We're looking to get back Jacob Ramsey. We're looking to get back Alex Moreno. We need some of these guys back. Bertrand Traore's injured again. That guy's as injured as Philip Coutinho is, or Jack Wilshere for that matter. Villa need a little bit of a break to get us some of these guys back and to rework our way in and to get some fitness up, and we just need the break from the games. We need a little bit. So that's our good, is that the international break is here. It's after a terrible loss, a rough loss, but maybe that's what we need for the time being, is hey, we need this break now so we can just go into things about this loss and study and come back, right? It's going back to the drawing board a little bit, giving us time to revamp. And with there's not as many guys called up as I thought there would be. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be helpful. I think it'll give us a chance to go back. Oh, the bad and the good, the bad and the ugly. I didn't want to go to this because I feel like I go to this item a lot, but it's going to be tactics. Again, we went with a high line against Liverpool. I don't know how many times I got to say this. This is a bad idea. And I know that Unai Emery really believes in doing some things over and over and over and over again, so you learn from those things and eventually you can achieve what you want. And we want to play a lot high line against the best teams. But even some of the best teams don't play a high line against Liverpool. And every time we play a high line against Liverpool, Man City, we played a stupid high line against Newcastle. It just screams ignorance. It screams idiocracy to not change that tactic. And this doesn't fall on the players anymore for me. This does fall on Unai Emery, and it's starting to see something that He's very stubborn in his decision making. And while I do believe that is what we want to achieve, we do want this high line that we can play against 95% of the teams. There is always going to be that 5% that we don't play it in. When he first came in, we didn't have a high line. We dropped off and sank in for long periods of time to absorb pressure, right? We played against United that we will end up winning 3-1 and Tottenham, and there were certain times where we were a back six. And I don't understand why we can't, as a team, revert back to this back six and defend a little bit and take the win off, especially against Liverpool, at Liverpool in the first 10 minutes. Everyone knows how good they are. We needed to absorb their first 10, 15 minutes and get out of there 0-0, and we couldn't absorb the first 5 minutes. So that tactic is, and his lack of changing to me is bad. Let's move on. I spent enough time on that. The ugly, and the good, the bad, and the ugly. What could possibly be the ugly? My ugly is going to be Leon Bailey. Goodness gracious. He does my head in. And like some of my friends were guessing the sub, like, why are we bringing in Leon Bailey when Diego Carlos is out? Why don't we bring in Chambers? That way Matty Cash can stay. Matty Cash had a really good game the other week in the midfield, and I totally understand where they're coming from. I totally get that we could have brought Chambers in, but Chambers has gotten how many minutes all season? Like 45 out of 5 games. Why don't we bring in Yori Tielemans and put him on the right? Because he clearly is being seen as a center mid. Leon Bailey was the simple go-to because Leon Bailey is the first guy off the bench. He is that right mid sub. And Leon Bailey is a product of confidence. And that is, and the most wishy-washy of it all. Like, he needs the confidence to do anything. When he doesn't, he plays poorly. He was the first sub on the field, and he was the second sub off the field. He was subbed as being a sub. That's only happened 3 times in Premier League history for Aston Villa. Darius Vassell was one of them, and somebody else I don't remember. But Leon Bailey is now the third. And I've called several times that Leon Bailey has underperformed and needed to be subbed. When he was subbed this time, he did not even shake the manager's hand. He apparently looked at him and then went straight down the tunnel at about the 61st, 62nd minute. The ugly is that this might be his career for Villa. Honestly, he could be loaned out after this. He could be sold to Saudi Arabia for all we know. That is not a telling sign. That is a falling out right there between a player and a manager. Leon Bailey has never lived up to the price margin. He's supposed to be a 32 million pound player, 34, 35 million pound player. He's never lived up to that. His end product is infuriating. He has moments of brilliance and he can change a game, but those are coming less and less frequent. He's just a guy that is not consistent. And to me, he's just like Bertrand Traore, except without the injuries. So don't let the door hit you on the way out, Leon Bailey. Take your agent with you. I don't care. You need to play better. You play better. You start more games. Like, at this point, it's shockingly telling how many times you get subbed in a game or how many times you're on the bench when you are one of our most expensive signings ever. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel like you weren't given a chance or played in the right positions. I feel like we've done a lot for you as a club. And, oh well, goodbye. If this is a falling out. If not, hopefully you pull your head out of your ass and figure it out. Guys, that is the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good being the international break is here. The bad being tactics, and the ugly being Leon Bailey. Good God, I'm tired of talking about you, Leon Bailey. This is JP California from the North End YouTube channel. Please get at me. Give me some comments because I need some love after that thrashing by Liverpool. Like literally, I can't wait to see his Az's video going over this. It's gonna be great, real great. Everyone here at the North End loves you guys. Bye.
This is the North End.